going so far, sir?
It's going very well. You know, they're still in the early stages getting the thing together, but I'm excited. I love this day. Every year, it's an amazing day. I get to watch our young people just shine, and so I'm looking forward to just seeing what they do.
What's your son's involved this year?
Yeah, so I have my second senior that's going through this program, and he will be recognized this year, so that's double exciting. This is our Mistress of Ceremony for the red carpet.
All right, congratulations.
We're on the screen right here. So we're live. This is Tasha, red carpet edition, and I'm here at the Golf House for the 45th anniversary of the YMCA Black Achievement Celebration.
Why not? I think he
How we doing, seniors? All right. All right. This is the River City Drum Corps.
Yes, sir.
All right.
This beloved event is honored by the members of the Kentucky Senate for the encouragement that it offers the future leaders of the Commonwealth and on the motion of Senator Gerald A. Neal.
Can we just give a hand for our phenomenal achievers tonight? At this time, I invite everyone to please stand for the Black National Anthem.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the hope that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won.
That was a beautiful selection by Made New Acapella. And now at this time, we will welcome in our adult achievers. At this time, we have Tabitha Amohiki. Tabitha is a 2024 adult achiever representing on the behalf of WHAS. Next up, we have Sarah Barnes. Sarah is representing on the behalf of Grover. Next up, we have Alfred Beck Jr., who is representing on the behalf of Humana. Mrs. Karen and Mr. Robert Sellers. Mr. Sellers is representing on behalf of GE Appliances. William Shackles. Mr. Shackles is representing on behalf of the UAW. Ms. Marshall White. Ms. White is also representing on behalf of GE Appliances. Mr. Matthew White. He is also representing the UAW. And Marcel Williams. Mr. Williams is representing on behalf of Humana. And last, but certainly not least, Mr. Danny Wooten. He is also representing Humana. Can we give a hand for our phenomenal adults? These are community role models and leaders who pour and give so much into our community. But before we take their seats, there are some volunteers who could not be with us tonight that are actually attending virtually, and that's Grace Little, Letitia Rutledge, and Marshawn Williams. Can we also applaud them? Ladies and gentlemen, let us all welcome the processional march of our youth achievers, led by the iconic River City Drum Corps. Please welcome Lucille.
Good afternoon, everyone, achievers, parents, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I am Asia Leach, a member of the Communications Cluster and a proud senior at the DuPont Manual High School in the Visual Arts Magnet and a dual credit student at the University of Louisville. In the future, I plan to become a speech pathologist and start my own business catered towards helping children of color improve their vocal abilities. I will say it is truly an honor to stand before you tonight and extend a warm welcome to this extraordinary event, the 45th Annual Black Achievers Celebration. Before we start tonight's program, I'd like to take a moment to honor a Black Achievers champion. Ms. Rebel Watkins departed this life on January 24, 2024, leaving behind a legacy of service to the Black Achievers Program. Ms. Rebel selflessly volunteered 40 years of her life for the YMCA Black Achievers Program, leaving an undeniable mark on the local program and influencing others nationwide. Her caring, compassionate nature, unyielding integrity, and servant leadership made her an inspirational figure and role model to all. In 1988, Ms. Rebel began volunteering her time as an adult achiever and health and medical cluster and has been an active program member since that time. In 1993, she was elected to the Black Achievers Steering Committee. In September 1998, Ms. Rebel received the National YMCA Carrie Terrell Volunteer Award at the National Black Achievers Conference in Daytona Beach, Florida. In 1999, Ms. Rebel served as the chair of the Chestnut Street Family YMCA Black Achievers Steering Committee and was elected to the YMCA of the USA's National Black Achievers Advisory Council. In 2000, she was honored as one of the YMCA of Greater Louisville Outstanding Volunteers, and in 2004, Ms. Rebel was honored as an Adult Achiever of the Year for her dedication, leadership, and love to the Black Achievers Program. Ms. Rebel's love for family, heart for community service, and embodiment of YMCA core values have left an enduring legacy in our community, and we will miss her dearly. The Chestnut Street Family YMCA Black Achievers Village extends its sincerest condolences and prayers to the family and friends of this YMCA Black Achievers legend. Thank you, Ms. Rebel. Year after year, the YMCA Black Achievers host this event to shine a spotlight on the remarkable participants within the program. As spectacular as they have all been, I am confident this year's celebration will be nothing short of astounding, if not better than the last. And tonight, I am honored to kick off this celebration and address such a distinguished audience. It's not every day that you see a student standing on a podium at an event like this, addressing an audience like this, let alone a young woman that looks like me. I take pride in representing you, and I hope tonight is a source of inspiration for everyone, whether in the crowd or joining us online tonight. A special thank you goes out to you, all in attendance, actively participating in this celebration. I also like to acknowledge the incredible individuals sharing the stage with me tonight who have tirelessly worked behind the scenes to make this event memorable. Also, I'd like to shout out Mr. Howard, Ms. D, and the many others whose efforts have contributed to the greatness of this event. Thank you. Before I continue, I would like to take a special moment to uplift the Black Achievers Program, a cornerstone in my journey that has undoubtedly shaped the paths of everyone here today. The Black Achievers Program has played a pivotal role as the glue that binds our community. It has been a transformative force, helping us build inner strength, and in some aiding us in self-discovery. Through the Black Achievers Program, we have had the embracing our cultural identity, and walking confidently in the footsteps of leadership. As we recite the motto, achieving excellence every minute of every day, in the Achievers Creed every other Saturday, we embody the spirit of being a Black achiever. This program has instilled a sense of pride, purpose, and a commitment to achieving greatness in every facet of our lives. Without the guidance and opportunities provided by this program, I wouldn't have the privilege of standing before you tonight. In fact, none of us will be sharing this moment together. So let us take a moment to express our gratitude to the Black Achievers Program, for it has been a guiding force shaping our journeys, contributing to the collective success of our community, and providing us with a platform that nurtures dreams and where aspirations can come to life. And now, congratulations to all the seniors in the room tonight. We made it, y'all. Well, we almost made it. When I look into the audience, I see a generation of students that are a force to be reckoned with, filled with immense potential and a drive for change. So tonight, I hope to inspire each of you students as we approach the end of our final year in high school. Let us take a moment to reflect on this journey. Consider the decisions you've made, the people you met, the friendships you forged, and even those you've lost along the way. More importantly, reflect on the memories you created, the experiences you cherished, and the many opportunities that lie ahead. While our journeys may differ, one common thread unites us. We've all faced adversity, and we've all persevered, and that is what has brought us to this very moment today. I see our undeniable talent, resilience, and the potential for each of us to continue making a lasting impact on the people, places, and environments we have encountered. Tonight, let's celebrate our achievements and the promising futures that await us, as our success is just around the corner. So it is now our job to take advantage of each and every opportunity and make our mark on the journey ahead. Once again, welcome to the 45th Annual Black Achievers Gathering. May tonight be a source of inspiration that resonates with each of you, leaving an undeniable mark on our hearts and minds. Thank you.
That was such a beautiful welcome by Miss Asia Leach. But now at this time, Mr. Gary A. Cobbs, who is the new president and CEO of the YMCA of Greater Louisville, will now come and give a salute to the achievers. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Gary Cobbs.
Wow, this is awesome to be here this evening. What a beautiful sight. Thank you all for being here and supporting our young people in our community. Good evening, everyone. As we gather here today, I'm filled with an overwhelming sense of pride and admiration for each and every one of you. Whether you're a youth achiever navigating an exciting journey of self-discovery, or an adult mentor guiding and inspiring the next generation. Or if you're someone who lifts up our Achievers program through your time, talent, and treasure, you're all integral parts of what makes the Achievers program so remarkable. To the youth achievers among us, I want to say this. You are the bright lights of our future, the visionaries who will shape tomorrow's world. As you stand on the threshold of endless possibilities, never underestimate the power of your dreams, your passions, and your unique perspective. You have the potential to achieve greatness beyond your wildest imagination. But remember, success is not just about reaching the summit. It's about the journey you take to get there. Embrace every challenge as an opportunity to grow, to learn, to become the best version of yourself. And know that no matter what obstacles you may face, you're never alone. Your mentors, your peers, and your achievers' family are here to lift you up, to cheer you on, and to celebrate your victories, both big and small. And to the adult mentors in the room, I want to express my deepest gratitude for your unwavering dedication and commitment to youth in our program. You are the guiding stars, the beacons of wisdom, and the support that illuminate the path for our achievers. Your tireless efforts, your invaluable insights, and your boundless compassion make all the difference in the lives of those you mentor. But your role goes beyond just providing guidance. You are also champions of possibility, advocates for change, and architects of hope. Through your words and your actions, you inspire hope, ignite passion, and instill confidence in the hearts of our youth achievers. And for that, we are eternally grateful. Together, as a community united by a shared vision of empowerment and transformation, we have the power to change lives, to break down barriers, and to change lives and break down barriers and create a brighter and more inclusive future for all. So let's continue to support one another, to lift each other up, and strive for excellence in everything we do. Thank you, achievers, for inspiring us all with your courage, your resilience, your unwavering commitment to making a difference. The journey ahead may be challenging, but there's no limit to what you can achieve. Congratulations, achievers, on all that you have accomplished and all that you have yet to achieve. And remember, success is just around the corner. Thank you.
And now we'll have another musical selection by the award-winning gospel group, Made New Acapella.
Well, I need you, Lord. When I need you right now. Ooh, need you, Lord. Said I can't make it. Oh, no. Said I can't. said, I want you to help me on my please, Lord, help me. You're the only friend I have, Lord. Help me, Lord, and I just can't make it without
being a part of the organization since he was only 5 years old, our distinguished achiever, Mr. Steve Tarver, has decided to retire and close this chapter of his life that has lasted 23 years. From his first job at the YMCA, he has dedicated himself to helping his community prosper. In Louisville, his goal has been to become more diverse. He gets great satisfaction from helping others and has worked towards his goal by working with police community relations, youth development, and violence reduction. Mr. Tarver has always stayed strong in the belief of loving your neighbor. He is a strong supporter of and always talks about Black achievers everywhere he goes to reinforce the importance of the program nationally. Black achievers empower students like myself to learn about a desired area of study and further one's identity. He has also volunteered a copious amount of times. We have been fortunate enough to have Mr. Tarver as a leader. He not only speaks words, but takes action. Mr. Tarver has made the Republic Bank YMCA possible, which is a testament to his vision of equitable health access. With the addition of the building, the West Louisville area benefits from having a Best Buy Tech Center and a gym to improve the community's well-being. Mr. Tarver served as the director of the YMCA Brewers Leader School from 2007 until 2016 to involve over 700 students. The school is a development program to teach students the importance of leadership. He has made relationships with partners such as the Republic Bank, Norton Healthcare, and many others to get the community to a place of health for all. As if that isn't enough, he helped reverse the marginalized issue of swim equity due to limited access to pools by providing free YMCA pool passes. To address the food desert in the West Louisville area, he pushed for funding for Helping a Herd. The program collaborated with the local Metro Department of Public Health and Wellness Center for Health Equity to increase the amount of fresh fruit and vegetables available. I think we all need to figure out his secret. The YMCA family would like to recognize a dedicated, considerate, deserving man, Steve Tarver, for all of his help and outstanding terms at the YMCA. Congratulations, thank you for all you have done. Now everyone join me for a round of applause for Mr. Tarver.
Thank you, Lisa. And I have a habit of, when I'm around our staff, if they can say the mission of YMCA, I give them $5. And she referenced spirit, mind, and body. That's good enough for me for tonight. So here's your $5 toward the University of Cincinnati. Good evening. Now, if you can't do better than that, we'll sing a day camp song. Good evening. Good evening. Awesome. You didn't want to hear me sing anyway. I got to tell you, tonight for me is an extraordinary privilege to be here this evening with you all. And it's very difficult to express how special this is to me. I'm proud to say that this is my 24th Black Achiever celebration. I'm proud of that. I'm happy about it. I met a lot of great people along the way. But as I contemplated being here tonight, I recognize that we are standing on the shoulders of so many people. Like was mentioned earlier, Lucille, one of the first people I met when I moved to Louisville. And also Walter Barnes, who was the originator getting the Black Achievers program from the YMCA in Harlem, New York, and bringing it to Louisville, Kentucky, and making it one of the most revered Achievers programs in the country. And I got to know Walter and his wife Jean in the early years of here before they both passed. And Walter was the executive director of the Chestnut Street YMCA for 3 decades or more. He lived much of his life in a segregated community, yet he was, and maybe that's what made him so motivated and dedicated toward achievement and education for youth. He even put a swimming pool on the back of a flatbed truck and took it around. You couldn't get that permitted now by the health department, I'll tell you. But he took that around so that young people who would not otherwise have a chance to learn to swim had that chance. We know that Walter's present with us here tonight, as is his wife Jean. And, there are so many others that have gone before us, and my footprints and many of yours are on their shoulders. And it's a privilege to be here today. You know, I've spoken frequently about my amazement, the inspiration, and that is offered by the volunteers of the Black Achievers Program. It is legendary. I will tell you, it is legendary. And they're the key to serving the thousands of children, everybody's a children to me these days, but all the youth and the millions of dollars that have been recruited and passed along to the seniors over the years. They're the backbone of that. Just this morning I came by here just to kind of say hello to a few people and get the landscape, and I got to greet about a dozen of the volunteers that I've known over the years, and I will tell you, they simply never stop caring. Just like our staff, I have served with the staff of many YMCAs, and they have hearts as big as this room. But I always enjoyed at their meetings when I was with the volunteers for orientation or something like that, and we'd go around the room, and as they introduced themselves, I'd add up how many years of service that they had. And I would tell you, a little quick math that I did this morning suggested, I'm pretty sure that within that dozen people that I had to meet, that I got to meet and say hello to this morning, there were probably 250 to 350 years of service to this program. And it never ceased to me. I spoke to one person who said 4 generations of his family have been part of the YMCA Black Achievers Program here in Louisville. I won't tell you his name, but his initials are Rick Watkins. And, you know, just the event chair for tonight, Renee, has 35 years of service. And I would be remiss without mentioning Howard Holloman, our board chair, our volunteer, extraordinary volunteer, and a friend, but he was also, as the board chair, he was my boss for 4 years too, so I always encourage people to treat him nicely when I was around. But anyway, he's got over 30 years. He's serving his second 3-year term as chair of the board, and he's got over 30 years as a Black Achievers volunteer. And you know, I hope that we'll all take a chance when you see one of these volunteers to just say thank you. Students, family members, staff, and others. I'm also proud Gary Cobbs was and is interested in the WHAS work here in Louisville. He's an experienced and dedicated YMCA leader, and he will be a great leader for this YMCA in the future. And I'm proud that he's here tonight as well. And because this is about the students, and in closing, I've learned a lot and been inspired by the students all along the way as well. And I've taken one message that I'll circle back on just to let the achievers know the impact that not only do they talk about learning from us, but we learn from them too. And so several years ago, the Youth Achiever of the Year talked about wondering, she said, many of us wonder if we'll have an impact. And she went on to say that that's the wrong question. And I'll tell you, I've taken this to other staff trainings that I do and continue to do here and there around. And she says, the wrong question. He says, each person will have an impact. The question is, what impact will you choose to have? So let's continue the impact. Kobe Bryant and Asia referenced excellence in her opening comments. And Kobe Bryant said, excellence is relentless, it takes no time off. And so let's continue the impact individually and collectively, because success is just around the corner. This is so special to me, I can't tell you. Thank you for the impact on my life and the blessing of being with you this evening. I am very grateful. God bless the students and each of you now and in the future. Thank you so much.
Will come and present the
Adult Achiever of the Year, and Nadia is a Business Cluster Member Senior at Eastern High School. She plans to attend the University of Louisville to major in international business with a minor in policy. And her career goal is to work in marketing at the Pentagon. And an interesting fact about Miss Sugafora is she is her class valedictorian. She has been dancing for 13 years, and check this out, she placed 7th in the nation in prom dancing. She is also passionate about global affairs and social justice. Ladies and gentlemen, Nadia Sugafora.
Good evening, Black Achievers. My name is Nadia Sugafora. I'm a proud future valedictorian graduate of Eastern High School and dual credit student at Spalding University. And I will be furthering my education as an international business major at Spelman College. I am grateful and honored to be the one presenting this year's 2024 Adult Achiever of the Year, Mr. Kevin Bruce. In the words of Maya Angelou, each of us, famous or infamous, is a role model for somebody, and if we aren't, we should behave as though we are. Cheerful, kind, loving, and courteous, because you can be sure someone is watching and taking deliberate notice. The words just read to you are embodied by every single volunteer that Black Achievers provides. Black Achievers provides a future for those who want it, an inspiration for those who need it, and a form of unity for everyone. Black Achievers not only teaches us, but gives us the tools we need to strive for Black excellence. The volunteers we celebrate tonight are the vital part of our Black Achievers community. I like to say they are the brains of the operation. And tonight we are here to honor someone who many will say is one of a kind, especially if you attended the spring break college short. The Adult Achievers provide opportunities, mentorship, and push the young achievers to realize their potential and build their future. They take pride in giving back to this community. They teach us empathy. And without question, they sculpt our futures and help the youth achievers obtain and recognize opportunities. Kevin Bruce is an embodiment of this. For 16 years as an HBCU spring break coordinator, he has spent every start of April showing young kids different educational opportunities they can have. He provides the resources and the tools to help us achieve our educational goals and prosper at the collegiate level. Since 2008, Kevin Bruce has taken pride in giving back to his community. A local native, Mr. Bruce graduated from Seneca High School and continued his education at the University of Louisville. After spending 3 years in social work as a public and private sector, Mr. Bruce joined the American Financial Group in 1988, where his aspirations for the field of insurance and financial services began. Since then, he has successfully grown his expertise in this field by creating not one, but 3 successful businesses and agencies, 2 of them being the Bruce Insurance Group with a client base well over $1 million in premiums, and the brain injury agency Renewed Mind. His drive is admirable, to say the least. From the volunteer work as the Black Achiever Senior Cluster Leader and HBCU Spring Break Trip Coordinator to serving on the Board of Directors of Bavarian Oil Industries International and Heart to Love Community Health Center. Mr. Kevin is the archetype of what young Black Achievers strive to be. He is the image that we preach, and the passion behind his drive is what we should all try to utilize. Kevin Bruce has dedicated his life to helping generations of Black youth achieve. As an alumni of the Black Achievers program, he is the example of putting your all back into the community to help you get to your achievement. There are not enough words to describe how grateful the Black Achievers community is to you. So, with no further words, please join me in welcoming Mr. Kevin Bruce.
Thank you. Before I say anything, I just need to pause. I want to make sure that I give glory to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It is really that I look that I do, and that I have my good being, and I acknowledge that I have nothing without Him. I stand here alone, but my village stands with me. And so it would only be fitting to recognize them tonight so that this moment doesn't just go to me, but it goes to all the people that support me. So would you help me to honor my family? My mom and dad are here. My brother is here. My son is here. My mother-in-law I love singing. And then I have a cousin who really knows that's an older brother, Lucille, and his wife are here. So I want to acknowledge them, and then last but not least, I want to acknowledge the love of my life. Tommy, thank you so much for sharing your husband with this community. It is because of you that I do what I do. So I want you to know that I appreciate you. I stand on the backs of so many people. I've had the opportunity to be mentored by some of the greatest individuals that have come through. And so this award means so much. But I do want to recognize Devon Sorrell, who is the executive director. I want to recognize Rick Watkins, who used to share the community back in 2000. He said, come on, go somewhere with me. And I went and I've been stuck for 24 years. This is very small. And then Renee is here. Renee is the chair of the day, and she does so much work. I would be remiss if I didn't honor her tonight. And to the entire steering committee and the body that does this award, I did not know they were going to choose me. I got a phone call from Devon. But let me say this. I've received several awards before. And those awards are given to you because people see the work you do. But sometimes awards become a little more special because they're given by the people that labor with you every day. And so when those people labor with you, give you an award, it speaks to your character. So thank you for seeing the character in me. I appreciate you all more than you'll ever know. With that being said, I want to talk about these young people. I know we see this barometer and we're raising money. And so for a lot of us, the only time that this program touches us is during the gala. You come in, you see the processional, you see all of the scholarship money, and that's great. And then we ask you to give, and then we don't touch you again. Black Achievers is so much more. Black Achievers is mock ACT testing. Black Achievers is paying for our young people who are trying to get into college, the admission fees. Black Achievers is field trips. Black Achievers is a college and career fair. Black Achievers is going on jobs and learning how to interview. Black Achievers is putting together a budget. So I want to tell you this story, and then I'll give you your evening day. Last year, we did the Spring Break College Tour, and we did Howard, Hamilton, Norfolk State, Virginia State. And so we took the tour of the mall from the Washington Monument to the Lincoln Memorial over to the King Memorial. And these youth here will remember this. And so we walked from the Lincoln Memorial to the King Memorial, and all of our youth got there, and then there's 44. And they got there and they took pictures. And all of a sudden, these youth begin to sing the Black National Anthem. And so, people were standing there just begin to cry and just begin to be amazed that all we see of these young people is the violence. But not often do we see what they have internally. And so as they finished singing the song, the entire memorial just broke out into a clap. And they were just taken back. And I say that to say this, one thing you can never pay for is representation. And so that's okay, you can clap like that. What our youth are learning is to be proud of who they are. And to be proud of who came before them, and to be proud for the next step that they take. So when you give with that in mind, because some things money just can't buy. God bless you.
You may recognize this name from last year. She was here last year because she was the youth achiever of last year. Her name is Tasha Otieno. She is now studying at the University of Louisville, majoring in engineering with a minor in computer science. And her career goal is to become an electrical engineer. And now she will come and introduce
Janae Allen is a senior at Ballard High School with college credits from the University of Louisville, Jefferson County Technical College, and Morehead State University. She lives with her parents Orlando and Talisha Allen, along with her two older brothers, Jovan and Josiah Allen. She has been a proud member of the Black Achievers community for 3 years. Janae plans to major in secondary social studies education after graduating from high school. Her ultimate goal is to be the Secretary of Education for the United States of America. As she works towards this goal, she plans to gain experience at each level of education. While in high school, Janae was involved in a number of clubs and extracurricular activities. She is the president of Kentucky Educators Rising, vice president of her senior class, secretary of Ballard's Black Student Union, and a leader of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. She was a part of the National Honor Society, Principal Advisory Committee, varsity track and field, and is a Ballard Student Ambassador. In addition to education, Janae is passionate about American Sign Language. While in college, she will learn ASL and use that knowledge to increase the availability of ASL classes for middle and high school students. Janae also plans to study political science to broaden her understanding of government and to ensure her education reform goals are possible. Janae credits her dedication to education to all of her teachers, past and present, who poured into her and went out of their way to ensure she was well prepared for every developmental stage. In her free time, Janae enjoys reading, working out, and spending time with friends. She's passionate about her relationship with Christ and is thankful for all he has done for her and taught her. She appreciates the support and encouragement of her family who motivated her to succeed in many facets of her life. Let's put our hands together to welcome the 2024 Youth Achiever of the Year, Ms. Janae Allen.
So as you guys know, my name is Janae Allen, and I am incredibly happy to be here today. We want to start off by giving thanks. So to all the parents who drove their kids to Black Achievers early in the morning, to all the volunteers that spent countless hours organizing and planning, and to all the friends and family that took time out of their Saturday evening to come celebrate with us, we want to say thank you. I also want to take a minute to give a special thank you to Ms. D and Ms. Camille. They're on call 24/7, answering questions, providing advice, and setting the example for what a Black Achiever looks like. We appreciate you and everything that you do for us. This year's theme is Success is Just Around the Corner. Now, I want you to take a second and think about the biggest success so far you've had so far in life. This will look different for each person as we all have different values, goals, and dreams that define our personal definition of success. Think about your biggest accomplishment, your biggest success. I'll give you a second. Okay, now that you have that success in mind, think about what happened right before you turned that corner. Think about all the trials, turmoil, practice, doubt, and stress that came before you turned that corner. Now, if you know me, you know that I am absolutely driven by my desire to succeed. Whether it be in sports, school, or even games, my desire to succeed has prevailed above any difficulties I've had while acquiring my success. I grew up loving school, but it was extremely difficult for me. As my teachers explained complex topics, I tried my best to sit still. And when I finally got focused, I realized I didn't understand what was happening. As my class learned long division, I would take my notes, ask questions, and watch. By the end of the lesson, I didn't understand what happened. I spent countless hours staying behind with my teachers as they re-explained lessons and we practiced every single example. I would go home, find similar problems, and practice even more. I learned from a young age that I was going to have to work harder than many of my peers just to keep up with them. I became competitive as my peers set the example of where I felt I should be. My competitive drive stemmed from a fear of seeming inadequate for making a mistake. By the time I was in the 4th grade, I started to pre-learn the lessons. I would ask my teacher what we're going to learn the next day, go home, watch YouTube videos, make practice problems, and study for the rest of the night. By the time I got to class the next day, I was an expert. Oftentimes, my success in classes and good grades overshadowed the difficulties I faced. For me, spending an hour taking notes on 3 pages was normal, and watching YouTube videos to complete every single assignment was a daily procedure. I didn't realize how different my process was from my peers because it was my normal for so many years. As time went on, I continued to take the most challenging classes, and with each class, I had a new method for winning. In English, I would reread the books and find tests online to study. In social studies, I stayed at least one day ahead of the textbook, and in math, I went to my teacher's class every single day, before and after school. After years of gaming the system, I assumed that I had everything figured out. That was until I started having panic attacks. I was outside of school in theater class, and I started to feel like I couldn't breathe. My heart was racing, and I could feel tears swelling in my eyes. I felt like I had no control over my body, and I was scared. I started hyperventilating, and I couldn't see. This was the beginning of a vicious cycle. My desire to be the best meant that if I ever fell short, I was immediately a failure, and every goal that I had was now utterly unattainable. This mentality led me to developing chronic anxiety. During tests, I would shake uncontrollably to the point where I couldn't write. I started blacking out at cheer practice, and I was constantly nauseous. This was my new normal. Despite how anxious and sick I constantly felt, my rigorous studying tactics continued. When I took my ACT, my anxiety was at its worst. Despite all my studying and tutoring, I was never able to get past about half the questions in each section. Eventually, my parents decided I needed to get tested for ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. When the results came back, I was diagnosed with dyslexia, ADHD, and generalized anxiety disorder. And to be completely honest, relief washed over me. I was no longer burdened by the false belief of my inherent flaws. I found security in understanding the root causes of my struggle. The journey to acceptance began with diagnosis and continued through therapy. Initially, I assumed that all my problems would be solved as soon as I was diagnosed. What I've learned is that some obstacles are lifelong. I've learned to appreciate the small successes, because for so long I equated success to winning, and success was not merely being good, but being the best. Eventually, I learned how harmful this mindset was, and after years of rethinking, my definition of success has changed. No longer does my success have to be compared to the accomplishments of others. My success is contingent on the effect that my life has on the people around me. In 30 years, when I look back on my life, I will know that I was successful if the people that I encountered benefited from our encounter. Although my plan is to become an educator and help as many students as possible realize their potential and achieve their goals, failure to do so does not mean I have not succeeded. My life plan may change as I grow and develop, but as long as I'm able to help others, I will recall my life as a success. So from now on, when I take a test without shaking or having anxiety, I will celebrate. And when I get through my homework in 30 minutes or less, I will celebrate. And that is what Black Achievers has allowed me to do. Celebrate. Celebrate the good times and the ones that aren't as good. Celebrate the obstacles I've encountered, how I triumphed over them, and who I became in the process. Now, each person's road to success is different. We each have unique obstacles that plague our path. It is up to us to use those obstacles as opportunities to learn and to push through them. Every single student on this stage today is about to turn the corner. In 3 months' time, we will graduate from high school and start on a new path. Black Achievers has given us the tools for the next stage of our lives. As we present business ideas, think about the speakers that taught us how to present ourselves in a professional manner. And as we climb the professional ladder, think about the volunteers that showed us what giving back to our community looks like. We have been equipped with the armor to turn the corner. It is up to you to prevail, because success is just around the corner. Thank you.
Now, Ms. Brasher is a Law and Government Cluster Member Senior at Louisville Male High School. She plans to attend the illustrious Howard University to major in political science. And her career goes to become a political scientist and policy analyst. An interesting fact about her is she will also graduate as her class valedictorian and will have 5 years of perfect attendance. And she is also passionate about adjusting wealth inequality in the United States and about the environment. Please welcome Jada Brasher.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jada Brasher, and as you know, I am a soon-to-be valedictorian graduate of the Louisville Male High School. I am thrilled to major in political science at the illustrious Howard University. As a member of the Law and Government Cluster and in the Teen Senate, My commitment to the YMCA Black Achievers has given me the opportunity to introduce our guest speaker tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed members of the community. It is with great honor and pleasure that I stand before you to introduce the keynote speaker for the 45th Annual Chestnut Street YMCA Black Achievers Celebration Gala, Judge J. Michelle Childs. Before we begin discussing Judge Childs' training, allow me to share a phrase I found upon my research of this accomplished Black woman. This phrase was, hold the ladder down. This resonated deeply with me, as it encapsulates the essence of supporting others in their ascent. When I read this, I knew how honored I'd be to introduce a guest with such character. What does hold the ladder down mean? Well, holding the ladder down means ensuring that others have the opportunity to climb up towards success. In the Black Achievers program, we understand that multicultural efforts are needed in order to lift the youth. Hold the ladder down. This phrase fits perfectly with our theme of success is just around the corner. Let us hold the ladder down so that others can climb and success can be contributed among us all. In Judge Child's early life, she was born in Detroit, Michigan, and then she later moved to Columbia, South Carolina. At Columbia High School, she became class president and valedictorian. After graduating from high school, she pursued her post-secondary career to acquire multiple degrees. This includes a bachelor's degree in management, a Juris Doctor in law, as well as her master's of arts degree in personnel and employment relations, and an honorary doctorate degree in public service. It doesn't stop there. Most recently, she earned a master's of law degree in judicial studies. What's her secret? We may never know. After all of these degrees, it's clear that success was just around the corner. With a keen sense of justice and unwavering dedication to the rule of law, she has risen through the ranks of the legal profession, leaving an indelible mark on the community she serves. She didn't just climb up the ladder. She flew, she jumped, and she ran up the ladder. In Judge Child's early career, the South Carolina General Assembly appointed her as the state circuit court judge. During that time, Judge Child served as the chief administrative judge for the General Sessions and for the state's business court. In 2010, she was appointed to the U.S. District Court for the District of South Carolina until her appointment to the D.C. Circuit. During her time in the District Court, Judge Childs has presided over nearly 5,000 cases and authored more than 2,500 opinions. Her journey from a law clerk to the bench not only reflects her professional prowess, but also her unyielding perseverance in the face of challenges. You would think she'd be worn out at this point. She sounds like Superwoman to me. But keep in mind, she's still holding the ladder down. So, Judge Childs currently serves on the YMCA National Board of Directors to support the WHAS mission to work and strengthen communities. Judge Childs is active with various local, state, and national board organizations, as well as community organizations. This includes, but not limited to, the president of the Federal Judges Association, and she's also a member of the American Law Institute and its council. And recently, in 2022, she was in the class of Rodell Judicial Fellows. While doing all of this, Judge Childs has made sure to hold the ladder down. Tonight, as we gather to celebrate the achievements of Black individuals who have made remarkable strides in their respective fields, Judge Childs stands as a shining example of excellence, leadership, and service. Her journey embodies the essence of the Black Achievers celebration, and her words are sure to inspire and resonate with all of those fortunate enough to be in attendance. Her speech promises to be a source of motivation for all, transcending the legal sphere to touch on universal themes of perseverance, resilience, and the pursuit of justice. Please join me in welcoming the esteemed and prestigious Judge J. Michelle Childs, who's blessed us with her presence to be here today.
Jada for such a wonderful introduction. She has such a bright future, but what I learned tonight, I didn't know you were going to Howard, so I hope we'll keep in touch in DC. So as I listen to those accolades Jada mentioned, you know, it reminds me of when I first stepped onto the bench, and I didn't know how much power we wield as judges. And here's the example. When I first came onto the bench for my first case, the bailiff comes out and he yells, "All rise." And so naturally, everybody stands up. And then when I go there, I'm at the desk and I'm putting my papers down, my books down, I go over to the court report and say, "Hello, Judge Childs, we'll be working together. And then I go over to the clerk, talk to that person, say we'll be working together, talk to the courtroom security officer, and maybe about 10 minutes is going on. And so finally the bailiff comes over to me and he says, "You need to tell them they can sit down." So, let me start right now charging you from the beginning, because it made me realize how we, as leaders, need to appropriately all rise to ensure that we, the people, and the Constitution applies and refers to all of us equally in our democratic society. Make sure we all rise to use that power as leaders, to offer our different perspectives through our lived experiences in collaborative decision-making as we affect the lives and liberty of others. That is the positive experience of diversity. And most importantly, we all rise to the occasion when we are called to service. This is the city that brought you Muhammad Ali, and he is often quoted for stating, "The service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." So thank you all for serving others and supporting each other who serve other people. It is such an honor to be here for your 45th annual YMCA Black Achievers Award. But when I listen to what's on this stage, I feel like an underachiever when I think about the future of these great people. We're going to applaud them. We're going to celebrate them. They are outstanding graduating seniors. And then we also have recognized adult achievers. So I do love that transition because these are people who are also the mentors. Let's continue to highlight the good that is being done for these youth in this community in front of this, what I'm told is a sellout crowd. So you also be proud of yourselves for spending your evening in this way. I am also connected to the Y community and this Lucille community. As a child, I attended the YMCA in Detroit, where I received that same guidance from people who dedicated their lives to empowering young people. Many perceive the Y as a swim and gym organization or an entity that just fills the gap for childcare. But they are so much more than that. As you can see by tonight, it serves as the pulse of the community. It fuels the underserved and the unseen. It addresses unseen injustices and inequities. It promotes equal opportunity for all. And I now have that honor of serving on the YUSA board and have found it to be an outstanding national organization with a global reach, and it reaches into the fabric of America. Now, one particular program that I'm particularly impressed about is how the Y addresses community needs. It's the Boys and Young Men of Color initiative. This is one in which they invest their resources into boys and young men of color by preparing them to excel in their education, navigate career paths, and engage in a community of acceptance and encouragement. This exemplifies how we can combat disproportionate poverty rates for Black men in the United States and then improve their lives. So to commemorate Black History Month, the Y, African American and Hispanic Latino CEO networks are leading a nationwide pledge to engage at least 100,000 Black and brown youth annually to foster academic achievement, college readiness, and public service opportunities. Now, as a judge, that means a lot to me because I see way too many Black youth on the other side of the podium. But this is showing me that through evidence-based strategies, beyond a reasonable doubt, has shown that these positive strategies have netted positive results for these young people, giving them stability and propelling them to be our next generation of leaders. Now, my connection to your community is also through my father's side of the family, which is from Maud, Kentucky, not far from Springfield, about 45 minutes from here. I spent many summers right here in Louisville, so this is truly a homecoming for me. And as we indicated earlier, it all takes a village to raise a child, so I want to introduce you to my village. I first want to thank, there she over there, Lynette Johnson, for inviting me to be the keynote speaker, and this is for this evening's occasion, and the rest of the WHAS family, if you all would stand up. They also YMCA and other groups of the YMCA, of course. But of course, the many, many, many volunteers, because you just cannot have an organization that is doing that. So Dee, through Hilda and Floyd, who came to the airport and just kept waiting for me to come, and everybody else who have just extended such great hospitality. I can't tell you just how well I feel about all of that. But what is really important to me too is outcomes. Evidence-based outcomes, and this program has a success rate of 99% high school graduation rates with enrollment increase. So, as I thought about some words of wisdom tonight, I want to relay two stories kind of harkening back to my theme of all rise. For the young achievers, and then I'm going to have a story for the adult achievers, because I'm going to challenge you a little more. But hopefully you'll get something out of both stories. So to the young Black achievers, as a child of a single mother, a father who died when I was 13, and later as a first-generation college student, these are daunting statistics that suggest how my life was supposed to turn out. So as an example, in Kentucky, African Americans statistically have a lower high school graduation rate compared to white students. And they are incarcerated at a rate 2.9 times higher than white people. Black youth systemically have had access to less resources and fewer opportunities. But like other children, I wanted a career. I wanted a family, just like anyone else that I saw. So why did any of those statistics matter to me as a young child? After all, I had my family, my great supporters, my big dreams, and a lot of hope for those opportunities. So don't let others define you or deter your dreams or limit your success. As we are heading into March Madness, people who really know me know that I love USC girl Gamecock basketball. We are #1 in the country in season tickets and have So a topic that has been near and dear to my heart, young people, in sports is name, image, and likeness, or your NIL. NIL is a way for college athletes to participate in promotions and advertisements and receive compensation. Now, I'm not taking anything from the athletes because that's a talent and that's their gift. But what about us? What about us academics who want to pursue our education? And so I realized a long time ago, most recently, that I was already flouting my name, my image, and my likeness before I even knew what NIL was. And let me tell you a true story. I'm in the guidance office at Columbia High School, Columbia, South Carolina. And nobody had been to college before, so I'm just in there at lunchtime. I'm going over the pamphlets, trying to figure out about college. had struck up a nice mentor relationship with my guidance teacher. She was giving me application waivers, just like you all do here. And then this basketball coach walks in from the University of South Florida. And I said, oh, you're here for college recruiting. He said, yes, but I'm looking for this certain basketball player. And I said, why aren't you looking for us students who, you know, there? I mean, after all, I was valedictorian and student body president. And so I kept it going for a while, and he kept trying to get me to show him this student. So finally he said, here's my card. Why don't you apply, and I'll follow up with your application. Do you know that later on, I had some offers from colleges, including Duke, but it was a partial scholarship. And my sister was coming behind me with a single mother, and I wanted to make sure she got to go to college too. I ended up with a full scholarship to the University of South Florida. But better than that, I had a job tutoring the basketball team. They wanted me to make sure that this team was going to pass their classes, so they gave me a golf cart to ride players to class. So there you go. Fast forward to being a senior in college. I was voted, or selected, I should say, because you had to go through an interview process, most outstanding graduate. So that meant that on the stage, while the speaker was there, I got to sit on the stage with the rest of the days. The speaker happened to be the provost from the University of South Carolina. And afterward, I got to meet him, and he said, why aren't you coming to the University of South Carolina? And I said, well, I have a full ride to Florida State Law School. Well, something's wrong with that. How did we lose you? I said, I don't have a full scholarship to the University of South Carolina. He said, apply. I said, my application's already pending. Well, 3 weeks before school started, I had a full scholarship to the University of South Carolina. So that's where I went. Then I applied to the business school. And so during the business school, you would do a master's, and it usually would take you 2 years to get your master's, and then you would have 3 for a law degree. Well, I said, that's too much school. I love school, but that's a lot. So I went to the counselor for the law program as well as the master's program, and I negotiated with them. I said, I'll tell you this. I'll do a year of law school, and then how about I do a year of the business school, and then let's let the electives count for each school. So instead of 5 years, I did my master's in law degree in 3.5 years. Because my name, image, and likeness means something too. So you have to negotiate your way through. Then later on, even after having done all that, you're in the practice of law, first black female partner in a major law firm in the state of South Carolina. And then I got approached by Duke to say, why don't you come consider our Master's of Judicial Studies? Well, at the time, my daughter was 4 years old. And I said, this is kind of hard to do that because they wanted you to be on campus 2 30-day summers. And then they said, well, we're offering you the full scholarship and then an apartment. I said, but yeah, my daughter's coming to school. Well, how about she go to the Duke Middle School? And then I said, well, what about my niece who's going to need to watch my daughter? Well, how about she have an internship at the Duke Hospital? And then, well, we all can't stay in a one-bedroom apartment, but how about you all in a two-bedroom apartment? My name, image, and likeness. So you all do the same thing and make it grow work. So each of you has shown that you are capable of excellence. You have to continue to strive for that excellence in all that you do. And I'm not going to say that there are obstacles, but you will find your life's purpose through your struggles. Sometimes that obstacle is the next opportunity for yourself to do something that you had not even imagined, that God or someone else put in front of you, challenging you to do something that you had not even believed that you had the potential to do. So So be open to the opportunities. Did I ever dream that I was a year and a half ago to be a shortlisted for the U.S. Supreme Court? And now I'm on the second highest court in the nation? Did I ever dream that I would be making the decisions that I make right now? Others believed in me and gave me that opportunity. And so you have to meet your moment. When it comes, show up, suit up, be ready, and do whatever is necessary to do that. Each of you, my final point is that you're all the beneficiaries of the wisdom, the legacies, and the experiences of your family members. When they're mentoring you and they're giving you some knowledge, it's because they've been there. They teach, they're telling you about their experiences. And that's that inspiration that should engender you, because we are privileged to be here. We have that brain. We are privileged to be here. So accept that responsibility so that you will also help the next generation of leaders. Now to the adult Black achievers. In my role as a judge, I've learned to stand on the shoulders of so many judicial luminaries as well. And they have sacrificed so much to provide me with this honor. And I get it. My job is to make them proud. They held steadfast to their faithful allegiance to the Constitution, despite during many of the times there were raging social unrest and threats of violence to their families and themselves. Yet they accept the awesome responsibility to create a fair and impartial judiciary as neutral arbiters of the law. So during Black History Month, I'm going to just applaud a few of them. Imagine Judge Richard Rice, a United States Fifth Circuit judge, holding that the Alabama's law requiring segregated seating on buses was unconstitutional. Then, after making the decision, he just goes to church as regular, sits in his normal pew with his wife, and others start moving away. The luncheon club that he had for his weekly lawyers meeting, they changed the location without even notifying him. And when he was asked how he felt, he said, "I feel sorry for those who shun me." And he went on to write many more courageous decisions. And the Washington Post wrote a story about him saying, he made the right enemies. Imagine Judge Wade Waring, a South Carolina district judge, who wrote the dissenting opinion in Briggs v. Elliott. That was one of the 5 companion cases for Brown versus Board of Education. And it challenged school desegregation, concluding that segregation is per se inequality. And Brown became one of the most courageous decisions in the U.S. history. But he was ostracized and forced to move out of South Carolina. Imagine my former mentor, Judge Matthew J. Perry, for whom the courthouse in South Carolina is named, and the first Black judge from the Deep South, bold enough in his prior life as a civil rights lawyer and a champion for the underserved and disadvantaged to go into courtrooms where he was required in many instances to go through the back door and never extended the usual courtesies that a judge would have of other lawyers. But through his litigation, he integrated public education in South Carolina, USC, and Clemson, and the release of over 7,000 people who were arrested for protesting various forms of segregation. When approached with Jim Crow laws and facing inequities after he did his service abroad in the military, and then coming back and having to go through back doors of restaurants and things of that nature, he had such a genteel spirit. And I said, "How did that make you feel?" And he proudly stated, "I do not conform myself to their conduct or their approaches. Much of what I saw, I was able to deal with in my own terms, armed, with the Constitution. Imagine the decisions, if the decisions of these judges weren't one and where our society would be today. We have an independent judiciary, and we are supposed to make decisions fair and impartial without the threat to our lives, and unfortunately we've lost judges to violence and death. So adult Black achievers, you're going to be the first of many, and you're going to have to rise to the occasion with the same courage and leadership as these judges to ensure fair and impartial decision making in your communities. So I challenge you to meet your moment to serve. So now, in my conclusion, I want you to join me in this exercise. Raise your hand if you have ever desired or are in public office. Just keep your hand up. Come on, I know more than you. You desire it or you are in public office, more than that. Come on, come on. So let's find out if you're ready to meet your moment. Students, you can play with me. Come on. Anybody ever thought about public office? Just raise your hand. Ever thought about public office? Okay, you go there. I want you to keep it raised if you're willing to go through interviews with merit selection commissions, legal counsel, citizens committees, and sometimes with written questions or a test. I want you to keep it raised that you will allow your family and friends, including high school, to be interviewed. Keep it raised that you will allow access to your high school yearbooks, including the notes written to you and your social media accounts. Keep it raised if you're allowed the FBI to interview all your friends and family. That's usually where I lose a lot of people. It can be so daunting to step up to these positions, but you have to allow yourselves to be represented at all levels, with a seat at the table representing all views. Your mentorship is so important, and it is truly a lifelong journey, and it takes a lifetime of commitment from all of us to ensure that we are modeling character, inspiration, and trust for the next generation of leaders. Finally, we are all here to support the inspiration given to us through the WHAS. Looking at each of you, I see leaders who take this calling to heart. We all bear a critical responsibility to meet our professional and personal obligations to serve, support, and advocate for harmony, humanity, and philanthropy in our society. So no matter which career path you tread, do so with a servant's heart, so that your work will always entail consideration and respect for others. The greatest honor is giving back to your community. Thank you again for this opportunity to be here with you tonight, and another round of applause for these beautiful people.
Of her commitment to the YMCA and to the Black Achievers Program. Thank you, Judge Tasha.
Black Achievers Committee, Ms. Brene Rowling will now come and give our sponsor recognition and legacy award. Please welcome Ms. Brene Rowling.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to say good evening to my virtual audience, too. We do appreciate you all tuning in this year. 45 years, oh my gosh. It's been a major accomplishment, and the program is stronger than ever. Serving as the chairperson of this event, I've had the privilege of working with the staff of the YMCA and many of our volunteers for a long time, and they never cease to amaze me. As always, I want to first commend our superior logistics team rewarding for me to see them grow to become extraordinary and impactful adults to the local community, and some have made an impact nationally and abroad. The youth of this program are totally awesome. To our sponsors, we could not do this work without you. Thank you for your continuous support, which enables the Chestnut Street YMCA Black Achievers Program to provide state-of-the-art opportunities to our youth. Throughout the evening, we have been showing logos for our program sponsors. We would like to say thank you again for your continued support. At this time, I'd like for you to turn your attention to the screens for a video presentation highlighting our corporate sponsors. Next on our program, I would like to highlight and recognize our 2024 Legacy Award recipient, Ms. Lucille Allen. Ms. Allen's bio is printed in the program, but I'd like to highlight some of her accomplishments. She was the first African-American female to be employed as a chemist with Brown Women. After retiring, she's pursued a second career as a ceramic artist. She's a community thought leader and volunteer. This woman now has a conference in her name that's being hosted by her alma mater, Spalding University, on African American Studies. And last but not least, she was recognized as an adult achiever by Brown Women at the very first celebration event in 1981. This lady has more energy than the average person, and do not let nothing stop her from accomplishing what she sets her mind to do. I'm praying I have had that energy as I move on to the next chapter of my life. Thank you, Ms. Allen, for all you have done and continue to do for this community.
YMCA has done. But I would like to correct one thing that is on the program. I became a Black Achiever in 1978.
Good evening, family and friends. We thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate the class of 2024. YMCA Black Achievers is proud to announce we have 67 seniors ready for high school graduation and admission to college this fall. Here are our pending scholarships and awards today. First up, Ariel Click, $1,000 CENS Foundation Black Achiever Scholarship. Alasia Allen, $500 Black Achiever PAC Book Award and $1,000 from the CENS Foundation Black Achiever Scholarship. Aaliyah Brown, $1,000 from Phi Lambda Omega Chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated Scholarship, and $10,000, a Humana Scholarship and paid internship over 4 years. Alexandria Jones, $200 Black Achievers PAC Book Award. Alyssa Hughes, $10,000 from the Louisville Water Company Thomas Family Scholarship, and $66,528 over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Amari Brookins, $2,500 from the 4th Street Live Scholarship and $30,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Amaya Jones, $1,000 from the McGrath Nash Scholarship and $30,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Angelo Persley, $3,000 Young Men United Scholarship. Anicia Russell, $200 Black Achievers PAC Book Award. Anaya Johnson, $1,500 from the William S. Coleman Sr. and Dorothy Orr Coleman Memorial Scholarship. Araya Allen, $200 Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Asia Leach, $1,500 from the Kentucky Minority Scholarship and $74,528 from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Braxton Frazier, $48,000 over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Brooke Claycomb, $1,000 from the William S. Coleman Sr. and Dorothy R. Coleman Memorial Scholarship, and $24,000 over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Brooke Sturgeon, $200 Black Achievers PAC Book Award. Brooklyn Walker, $2,500 from the Booz Allen Hamilton Foundation YMCA Black Achiever STEM Scholarship. Cameron Morris, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship and from the University of Louisville, $2,500 from the National Society of Professional Engineers STEM Scholarship and $48,000 over 4 years from the University of Louisville's Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Chase Farrar, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship, $1,000 from the Montfort Point Marine Association from Louisville Chapter Number 22, and $36,000 over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Christopher Morris, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship and $1,000 from the Alpha Lambda Chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Scholarship, and $40,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Christopher Thompson, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship and an offer of $30,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Siona Wilson, $2,500 from the Booz Allen Hamilton Foundation YMCA Black Achievers STEM Scholarship and $30,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. David Durham, $200 Black Achievers PAC Book Award. Destiny Morris, $10,000 from Humana Scholarship and a paid internship over 4 years, and $40,000 over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Donovan Rowland, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship and $2,000 from the University of Louisville One-Time Award. Emmanuel Harbin, $200 award from Jordan Landscaping LLC Scholarship. Amari Brookins, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship and $30,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Franklin Brown, $3,000 from Young Men United Scholarship and $500 from the Theta Omega chapter of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Inc. Scholarship. Jada Brasher, $40,000 from the Brown Foreman Scholarship and paid internship over 4 years, and $40,000 being offered over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Jamie Glenn, $1,000 from the J.O. Blanton Scholarship. Janae Allen, $1,500 from the Kentucky Minority Scholarship and an offer of $62,528 over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Jasmine Logan, $1,000 from the Louisville section of National Council Negro Women Inc. and a $200 Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Javon Stonemeyer, $200 Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Jayla Clark, $200 Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Jersey Brooks, $200 Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Journey Harbin, $200 Black Achiever Book Award. Julian Dawson, $3,000 Young Men United Scholarship and a $1,000 scholarship from the Montfort Marine Association of Louisville, Chapter Number 22. Kane Watson, $3,000 Young Men United Scholarship and a $10,000 Humana Scholarship and paid internship over 4 years, plus a $54,528 scholarship offered over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Kanasia Banks, $2,000 from the Brendel Russell Memorial Scholarship. Kennedy Payton, $500 Angela Flint Memorial Future Educator Scholarship. Kennedy Bridges Smith, $1,000 Jimmy Griffin Kiwanis Scholarship and $80,000 over 4 years being offered from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Kennedy Patillo, $1,000 from the CENS Foundation Black Achievers Scholarship and $20,000 over 4 years being offered from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Kinsley Davis, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship. Kinsley LaFleur, $500 from the Jones Family Scholarship and $48,000 being offered from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Kaya McClellan, $500 from the King Family Scholarship and $500 from the Helen M. Ward Memorial Scholarship through the Kentucky State University. Layla Patterson, $2,000 from the Antonia Lucas Memorial Scholarship and $30,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. LaJuan Odom, $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship and $2,500 from the 4th Street Live Scholarship. Larry Cunningham, $200 from the Black Achievers PAC Book Award. Lauren Bethel, $1,500 being offered from the Louisville chapter of Links Incorporated Scholarship, and $16,000 over 4 years being offered from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Lauren Duck, $1,000 from the CE&S Foundation Black Achievers Scholarship, and $48,000 over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Malaya Menendez, $200 from Black Achiever PAC Book Award. And Michaela Norwegia, $30,000 over 4 years from the University of Kentucky William C. Parker Scholarship. Nadia Sugafara, $1,000, the CE&S Foundation Black Achiever Scholarship, and $66,528 being offered over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Nia Ferris, $2,000 from the CE&S Foundation Black Achiever Scholarship, and $48,000 being offered over 4 years from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Peyton Jones, $10,000, Humana Scholarship with a paid internship over 4 years. Quincy Otieno, $200 Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Raven Slaughter, $1,000 from Eta Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated Scholarship. $1,000 from the CE&S Foundation Black Achiever Scholarship, and $500 from the Eric Collins Senior Memorial Scholarship. Raheem Clark, a $200 Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Renaya Moman, $2,500 from the Texas Roadhouse Scholarship, and $500 from the India Mulligan Memorial Scholarship. Sakara Jackson, $200 from the Black Achiever PAC Book Award, and $500 from the Eric Collins Senior Memorial Scholarship. Samaya Foster, $200 Black Achievers PAC Book Award. Shamel Sanders, $1,000 from the Monte Peggy Bissell Scholarship. Talia Rollins, $1,000 from the Class Act Federal Credit Union YMCA Black Achiever Scholarship, and $1,000 from the CE&S Foundation Black Achiever Scholarship, and $500 from the Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Tiffany Davis, $200 from the Black Achiever PAC Book Award. Trinity Robinson, $500 from the Black Achievers PAC Book Award. Diane King, $1,500, Louisville chapter of the Links Incorporated Scholarship, and for $40,000 over 4 years being offered by the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Last but not least, Zion Wise with $3,000 from the Young Men United Scholarship, and also $48,000 over 4 years being offered from the University of Louisville Woodford R. Porter Scholarship. Special thanks to our 2024 Scholarship Committee and Corporate Subcommittees. Dr. Christine Fleming from Florida A&M University, James Stander from Simmons College, Jared Roper, Joshua Williams from Bellarmine University, Lisa Nicole Smith, Leanne Johnson, Nikki Lyons from University of Florida, Stephanie Dickerson, University of Louisville, Humana, Louisville Water Company, and Brown-Forman. Our sincere appreciation to our scholarship sponsors. Because of you, you've helped us to raise over $1.56 million in pending scholarship aid.
cluster. Exactly. Pick your own people sometimes. Don't watch me. Get up in that opening ceremony. I said, somebody help me sing this song. And you'll just watch me trying to find enough to land on. And they are sitting there with talent. So I just need to say that. Well, good evening. Good people. I was thinking about that the whole time I was sitting there. I was like, he never got up to sing that anthem. Then you get up in here in front of all these people and do that. Michaela Wise, we're going to have a conversation after this. Thank you all so much for being with us this evening to celebrate 45 years of excellence. I hope this evening has inspired you all. I hope that you've taken the time to look through the booklet because a lot of volunteers were really hard on that. So please take some time to review. And I also want to point your attention to the back. We put an ad in our own booklet. And so, just say the name, people. A lot of people saying, how do I get my kids in Achievers? Well, we are launching very soon our upcoming season. And next year's theme will be, the world is ours. So you don't want to miss it. So part of that, we want to expose our young people that the world is outside of just Louisville, Kentucky. And I know Louisville's an amazing place. But on our college tour, we're planning to dabble in Toronto, Canada, and go on and see other things. But you need a passport to get there. So as you guys are getting your devices out and helping us reach our goals, I want you to think about that. We got some big dreams and big goals for this upcoming season. So I have the privilege of sharing this space with all these living legacies that are here before you. And I get to do the fun stuff. So after they do all the hard work, I come out here and I give a bunch of money, right? So first, before I get to these special awards, Hanover College wanted me to make sure that I announce they are offering Brooklyn Walker a full ride to Hanover College. They call it 2 days. So that's about it. It's like 186,000 and scholarship funds. So this first special award is not listed on the program, but I wanted to take the time to present it as we continue to celebrate the life of Miss Ravel Watkins, who was very significant and her impact to work to our program. And with that being, we wanted to kind of highlight the warm light that she brought to people. And I heard the service recently where they described her as sunshine. And so when thinking of a student that we're presenting this special award to this year in memory of Miss Ravel Watkins, this student personifies those characteristics. If you're in the same vicinity of this young lady, you'll hear laughter. I mean, she truly is a giggle box. You'll feel warm, you'll feel joy. But most importantly, when it's time for action, she is ready to act when the occasion comes. So if you take a moment to help me congratulate Miss Asia. Y'all gotta let us do our photo ops. Clinton Bennett doing his thing down here, y'all. And so this is the yellow to represent the sunshine. And so this award will come with $500 award. This next special award is named after one of my favorite living legacies, Miss Lynn Johnson, who is a legend in her own right. I always have to stress that because not everybody gets to have something named after them when they are living and sitting in your presence. So I just have to shout out my mentor, my advisor, Miss Lynn Johnson, So the Lynn Johnson Next Level Award is named after the legendary Miss Lynn Johnson and her living legacy. This was started by the class in 2021 when all of these guys were freshmen when we were looking at each other through Zoom. So imagine that. They are my first cohort to come with me all 4 years. And in spite of the pandemic, They showed up, and here they are, ready to graduate for the next level. If you want to find this special awardee in the future, you will have to look up because he will be standing on the highest of 7 hills at Florida A&M University. Recently received a text message that he had recently got accepted, and I remember during our college tour, y'all do that little thing with the rallies, they did that thing, and when they saw that, I remember that twinkle in his eyes, gee, I'm going there. So I do want to take a moment to be respectful of one of the most humble young people I have ever met. He doesn't talk a lot, but he's always smiling, and he leads with his action. If you would all just take a moment to help me congratulate our current Lynn Johnson Next Level Award, Mr. Chris Thompson. She gets to be in the picture because she is the living legend. This next special award is in name of the life of legendary volunteer Miss Debbie Porter, who was a shero and youth advocate. She left an amazing legacy behind the program that many of you see today, even to this gala that we get to participate in, was behind a lot of her vision. Our special awardee is a young lady who is kind and soft-spoken, yet loud with her actions as an individual. I have had the pleasure to know her during the college spring break tours. She is very active in our teen senate, and I am aware that she actually has plans to be a lady of Spelman College in the fall. I know she will do great things as a Georgia Peach myself, that I know she's going to represent when she gets down to the ATL. Please help me congratulate Miss Nadia Silva. This next award is the Walter Barnes Service Award. And this award is unique because this is actually chosen by our YMCA staff and influence. This next award is named after the legend, Mr. Walter Barnes, who led the charge in bringing Black achievers to Louisville as the then executive director of the Chestnut Street Y. This emerging leader has plans to attend Morehouse College. I recall this one, see I can look up on the paper for this part. I recall this one and only time this young person was late. And this happened to a few years ago during our college tour in Atlanta. This student was late to the bus. Now, audience, for background reference, I need you to know, Mr. Kevin Bruce is our spring break college tour. And he's our coordinator, and as you saw earlier, he's one of the nicest people that you will ever meet. However, anybody that's ever been on the college tour knows one thing you never do is show up late to the bus. However, though he showed up late to the bus, this student got a nice little, I would say, pep talk with love, assertive love, from Mr. Kevin Bruce about what type of leader you want to be. A leader show up, and as Jada said earlier, who is also our in-house governor scholar, I don't think we shouted that out, governor scholar, she said, behold the ladder down. And this young person definitely does that. This student is also a member of the Capitol League, and he was in a lot of extracurricular activities. I said, it's a lot of stuff in here. It's a lot. So anyway, I'm just giving up because it's a lot. It's a lot of things. But this year's Walter Barnes Service Award is going to go to Mr. Kane Watson. And so this this award recipient needs no introduction. You all have heard from her and you know the amazing youth that she is. I am so very proud of her and all of the things that she has accomplished and overcome. And I truly look forward to congratulating her when she becomes the future U.S. Secretary of Education. So if you all will take a moment to help me show some love for our 2024 Youth Achiever of the Year, Ms. Janae Adams. So Janae already has her award, but we didn't get her our photo op that we have to do. And plus, we will award an additional $1,000 scholarship to her packet as this year's awardee. And finally, with this last special presentation that I have before I leave the stage, before my floor team kindly removes me from the stage with a little gentle love, I do have a special presentation that I'm going to ask Gerald Neal to come join me on the stage for. Y'all show some love for Senator Neal. And so I'm actually going to let Senator Neal, I think he'll speak to this better than I can, so I will let him do this presentation.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening.
Wow, what a sight. What a magnificent event. It's inspiring, it's encouraging. Congratulations to all the adult honorees as well as the youth honorees. Give them one more healthy. So I bring you greetings from the Kentucky General Assembly, and more particularly the Senate, the House of the General Assembly in which I serve. And I want to just say this, I'll take liberty of this, as we're in session, please pay attention. A lot of things are going on, and I think they touch and concern you. But I'm not here specifically for that. I'm here to actually deal with titles. Could someone please escort Judge Childs to the stage? You know, in my line of work, particularly in my official role, some of the things I do I enjoy, and some of the things I don't enjoy, quite frankly. But this is one moment I enjoy every single time. So I know, Judge Childs, you have many titles. We've heard this here tonight. We've heard of an outstanding career you've had thus far. And it looks like there may be another step with another title. But before you get there, there's something I want to let you know. So, Judge Childs, one of the things we have the honor of doing from one time or another is to extend our highest appreciation for someone who comes to Kentucky, someone of your acclaim. We're impressed with you. And I want to point out, too, that first of all, welcome to the 33rd Senatorial District. That's where you're standing right now, the district I represent. But I want to present you something. Here's what it says. Commonwealth of Kentucky, Andy Beshear, Governor. To all to whom these presents shall come greetings, know ye that the Honorable Juliana Michelle Childs is commissioned a Kentucky Colonel. I hereby confer this honor with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereunto appertaining. I won't get into the small print, but I will say it is signed by the governor the highest commendation that we give in Kentucky. So I want to present that to you now. Now, there is one thing that was important to you. That there are certain responsibilities that go along with this. One is when you're outside of Kentucky, you have to be championing the things that go on in Kentucky. You have to speak in accolades of everything that you do throughout Kentucky.
Absolutely.
Will you do that?
Absolutely.
Okay. There's one other thing. It's very important. Because, you know, there's one thing that we're always looking for in the General Assembly, and that's money. So there are responsibilities associated with taxes in Kentucky. When you become a Kentucky colonel, you may very well receive a tax bill. Congratulations, Colonel Honorable Juliana Michelle Childs.
YMCA. He will now come and give our closing remarks. Please welcome Mr. Freddie Brown.
Excellent job, Kay. But before I close this out, we've got a number that we need to hit. We're not quite there yet. We're at $8,555. We are currently at, that's what we're currently at. We need to get to $12,045. So this is what I'm going to ask you. You've seen the amazing talent. You've seen with your own eyes what YMCA Black Achievers does for our youth. If you look across our community, you'll see the council people, you'll see judges, you'll see lawyers, you'll see all kinds of individuals, you'll see educators, you'll see engineers, you'll see, you name it, and you'll see it inspired by the YMCA Black Achievers program. And so what I'm going to need you to do, hit that QR code, text, whichever way you want to do it. We need to hit this number, and for those who know me, you know I will hold the room captive. We will not leave this room until we hit that number. So, but this is, I mean, think about this. Who are you going to tell? What young person out there that needs this program are you going to say, not you, not today? Are you going to say that? Well, unless we hit this number, there will be some not you, not today, but we don't want to do that. What did I say? We don't turn anyone away for the inability to pay. So come on, let's hit that number. It only takes how many of us? AD, how many are in this room? What's our number? Where's D at? How many we got here? How many people? All right, 700 people in the room. All these smart young people, do the math. How many people we need to, how much do people need to do for us to hit that number? So right now we're at $3,000, 700 people. Somebody do the math. Y'all are smart. Y'all should be able to. You get that number right now. What's the number? No, I'm thinking it's more like $50 a person, right? Something like that. I don't know. Who does math in here? $45. And I was almost there, right? Just say yes, $50 a person. So everybody, who in here? $4. All right, we'll get 50. And we can see this thing. So everybody, pull out your phone, give $50 more. Even if you gave, what's $50? $50 is not gonna hurt. Look, I'm gonna do it myself. Actually, okay. Come on. Let's keep it going. Because this is what this allows us to do. In 4 years, we'll be able to see, and I've got feeling some of them more than less than 4 years, we'll be able to see young people get to that next level of success. A few years after that, we're going to see them change the world. They'll be in their career fields, they'll be doing amazing things all throughout the country. I hope some of you all will come back to Louisville, Kentucky and pour into Louisville, Kentucky. Will some of you all come back? Please. And even if you don't come back, where do you go? Because there are teachers programs all across the country. So even if you don't come back to Kentucky, you'll do what so many of our volunteers are doing right now. They come back and they pour into our community. If you will keep it moving forward, if you will pay it forward. Because achievers can't just be achievers today. We're achievers for how long? Who are we? And what do we do? So I want the audience to get this. Who are we?
We are achievers.
And what do we do?
We achieve excellence.
Audience, this is audience participation. Let's sing it, let's do this. Who are we?
We are achievers.
And what do we do?
We achieve
All right, we
excellence.
can't achieve excellence if we don't hit that 12,000 mark. Come on now, I want to test. They said $5 a person would get us there. I asked you for 50, but you can do 5. Right? Come on, we almost said we're like less than 2,000 away. We can get there. You can do it. Before we end the night, though, one person I don't think we introduced, the new executive director of the Chestnut Street Family YMCA, Kamari Wu, which is Shannon. Let's show him some love. So I'm super excited. This young man is going to do some amazing things for the Chestnut Street Family YMCA. You know, I'm not going to say that. He's going to do some amazing things for YMCA. I'm going to talk about my old age, so I'm not going to do that with you. But like, he came in with just energy, excitement, like, great, I got this idea. What you get right here? I'm like, oh man, this is going to be real nice. So I'm looking forward to working alongside Kamari and seeing all the amazing things that he will do. Let's show Dee some love. Dee Square. And the whole is here, staff volunteers. Volunteers and staff, please stand. Volunteers and staff, please stand. Volunteers and staff, please stand. So when I say it takes a village, like the whole phrase, it takes a village, I've never seen the type of village that we have here in Louisville, Kentucky. This village is amazing. I mean, I see some inspiring people that just pour their whole hearts into our young people and into our community. And so it's just amazing to see what our young people do. I bet you y'all was like, he ain't lying, he ain't gonna stop calling me today. And y'all was right. And but God is good, right? All the time. So I'm not gonna keep it long, I'm just gonna say thank you all so much. I mean, this is my favorite event every year. There's nothing like just watching young people just excel. And oh my goodness, Black excellence on the stage. I'm just loving what y'all goodness, I want to learn to speak like you all with the energy that you have and the sass, maybe not the sass, but the energy that you have. I mean, just amazing young people. And I just know that short time from now, we're going to look up and just be amazed at the things that they do. I've got a former achiever that was in the program. I started my YMCA career out as a Black Teachers Director, which is one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about it. One of my former students is working with the White House as an Assistant Deputy Director of Health Equity, which that's not the exact title, but something like that. And I'm just amazed. I mean, just super smart, doing amazing work, and helping our country out to figure out the whole health crisis thing. I'm like, do that, achievers. So health crisis, cure cancer, all the wonderful things. I know you're going to do it. Let's see that. So we've exceeded our number. Thank you all so much for helping us get there. Thank you for supporting this program. Thank you for being part of this village. I will say one last thing. Our communities, our country, needs to see good in this world. They need to see us be the light. So I'm going to encourage you as you move out these four walls, this goodness that you're feeling right now, let's push it outside. We need our communities to experience goodness. We need our communities to see the light. We need to be that light. Let's be the example. So please do that. God bless you and thank you so much for all that you do.
Surpass our goal tonight. But first off, can we congratulate all of our youth and adult achievers who were honored tonight? To our youth achievers, I commend you for your educational excellence. Our future and our entire community is now bright because of you all. And the message that everyone that has came up here and kept saying is, we need you back. So make sure that once you graduate from here, you come back because service and commitment to Black achievers in the city of Louisville means everything. And to see so much Black excellence in this room tonight, we just want to congratulate everybody for all of their hard work. Thank you to all the partnerships who have came together to make this happen. And last but not least, to our parents. Thank you so much for trusting Black achievers to support our youth. Now, before Chris Thompson comes to give our closing prayer, I do want to remind you that we would like everyone to remain seated after the closing prayer once all of our achievers march out of the room. But at this time, Youth Achiever of the Year candidate Chris Thompson will come and close us out in prayer. He is a business cluster member senior at Ballard High School. He plans to attend the Florida A&M University to major in forensic accounting so he can become a forensic accountant. And a fun fact about him is he plays the saxophone and is a co-captain of his school tennis team. Please welcome Chris Thompson.
Hello everyone, as you all know, my name is Christopher Thompson. I go to Ballard High School. I'm going to make this very concise and to the point. I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight. We're all so grateful that you all came. Thank you to all the sponsors for the generosity and support. And thank you to the YMCA Black Achievers for your dedication and giving the youth in our community a chance to explore and do what we want. And thank you to all the parents, friends, and family. Thank you so much for just being there for us. And here's my prayer. It comes from Philippians chapter 4, verse 8, New International Version. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, If anything is excellent or praiseworthy, think about such things. Thank you.